I'm Hope here at Crafty Hope, and welcome to my week 44 studio vlog. Gosh, that means there's less than 10 left now. That's crazy. Anyway, I am a mixed media jewelry and assemblage artist here in South Alabama. That's a little quick introduction. This week's gonna be a bit crazy. We're going on vacation. We're leaving Thursday morning. So if you're seeing this, you'll probably get to see some of vacation. I don't know how much of it I'm going to share. We are heading to the Keys, the Florida Keys. We're keeping an eye on the weather right now. I can't even remember. Is it Monica? There's a hurricane heading for Jamaica right now. It should miss the lower Florida area, but my thoughts and prayers are with the people of Jamaica right now, and Cuba and all the other areas that horrific storm is heading towards. So if all is well, we are going to head to the Florida Keys on Thursday morning. Hopefully. We made a mistake. We are not news people. We don't watch the news. We don't keep up with what regulations are, and we don't have a real ID or a star ID or whatever those are. Did not realize it was a thing. I felt like, the DMV should tell you something when you go or something, and I haven't. Yeah. Anyway, I don't have one. We've talked to the airline. We should be fine to fly. So hopefully we are getting to fly this week. I need to go find our passports and stuff. We'll probably have to talk to TSA and all of that. But anyway, that's kind of what this week is prepping for that, trying to get as much done in this week before we have to fly out. I've already got a video scheduled for Tuesday this week. That's going to be my October Finding the Words. You can see that up there. And then last week's vlog week 43, including my 50th birthday, is in, last week's vlog. So as far as this week, I am not, other than packing and kind of prepping the house and getting ready to go, I don't have a lot on my plate. I don't know. I've made a list and I'm like, so a little scattered about it. So what's on my desk at the moment is I purchased for myself, I think a mini birthday present. It's the Jack Ravi accordion houses. So I'll give y'all a look at what I've got going on here. I'm playing with that a little and I haven't watched the whole thing. And I know, I was taught in school that anytime you do anything, you'll get all of the directions before you start on this. And I have not read all of the directions. I'm watching one of his videos and going and doing it. And I figure if in the end I don't like this, I've got all the directions. I can do it again. This is not a pass-fail class. So I'm, just enjoying the play as I watch Jack's class. I'll link that class down below if you're interested in it as well. So, what else? That's kind of what this week is getting ready for vacation, going on vacation. Right now I've got clothes in the washing machine. I need to figure out what we're going to eat the next couple days and if I need to go to the grocery store for anything. That's a lot of it. I've got to make sure the bills get paid before we go and things like that. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. This is my birthday present. This is what I asked for my birthday, was to go to the Keys. So I'm really hoping we can go. I honestly, when I asked, I thought we would drive, but from where we are in South Alabama to get down there would take us something like 12 hours or something, maybe only 9, but much longer than we want to. The whole of vacation would be spent driving down there and driving back, and that just sounded exhausting. So we chose to fly, and we'll see how it goes. Welcome to this crazy vlog. Hopefully I will have things to share with you that are in the studio. I also want to pick up the studio maybe before we go. I've got a bit of Halloween stuff spread around, partly from doing the October Seek, Gather, Create challenge. I made this. I have not shared it yet. I'll be sharing that probably in the next couple days. I recorded a video, but I don't think I'm going to worry with trying to get it edited and up, because it's not my favorite thing in the world that I've made, and I don't want any more stress before we head out of town. I don't want that time constraint on me. So I decided that since this was a spur of the moment kind of make, I don't have to share it. I do have a Patreon site that has other videos. I've got I don't know that I have a video up this week, but I am working on getting the printables for both my Crafty Paper and Crafty Printables tier for November. So I am going to work on that. So that's done for when I get back next week. I might even have it set for release over the weekend. So we'll see. I'm hoping, yeah. Now I'm hot. Okay. Welcome to this crazy, crazy vlog. We'll see how it goes. Hey y'all. It's Tuesday morning, just before 10 o'clock. I don't know. We slept a little late, or I definitely slept a little late, and so we took a short walk. And I did a little bit of journaling this morning just because I was feeling like I needed to sort out some of the things that are in my head. So let's see, what do I need to do today? I started getting together some of the things that I have, Christmas stuff that needs to go to the gallery. That's Hello Gallery in downtown Fairhope. Right now I've just got ornament cards. There's a couple of small jewelry pieces. I'm trying to make a decision about that. But I think I'm going to try to get them in the system because there's a bunch. There's 15 ornaments and 10 cards. And so I thought I'd get those, maybe because that's 25 items, get that in the system this afternoon, and start packing. But before I start packing, I have a real need, I guess, to run to Goodwill and look around, see if there's anything that I absolutely have to have. I wouldn't mind some tops or some pants or swim shorts for the trip. So I thought I'd maybe run to Goodwill, take a look around, give myself maybe an hour to do that before I head back home. So that's the plan for this morning. And then I really do need to do a couple of things around the house, and my Finding the Words video just went up this morning, so I need to, actually I haven't even looked over there on my computer, share that and those kind of things. So I'm just, taking care of business, I think. Yeah. So I'm seeing a comment from somebody from Rose. Hey, Rose. I'm like, but it's cut off. So I'm like, what could be finished there? So that's kind of the plan. My peace and zen that I would like to have is a little interrupted. They've been doing tree work in the neighborhood. They cut around the power lines, since I live out in the country, which is very wooded. I say the country, but it's a very wooded area, not like farmland area. I mean, there's farmland anyway. And so they come in once a year or every other year and cut around the power lines where trees have grown up, and they're out there. They've been out there all week, all last week, all this week cutting, and they're in our area this week. And I don't know if you can hear it, but it's just constant sawing. It makes me a little crazy. So I think that's part of the reason I need to get out of here for a little bit. So yeah, I will try to take y'all with me. I'm trying to get better about remembering to turn the camera on, but this is week 44 and I'm still not doing great at it. So maybe vlogging isn't for me. We'll see. It is Wednesday, the 29th of October at 10 o'clock in the morning. Stop on my tongue. Sorry. I have been frantically packing and gathering and sorting and cleaning and trying to get ready for our trip. We have to leave at like 3 o'clock in the morning for our flight begins loading at like 5:30 in the morning. So the airport's an hour away and we have complications and all of the things. So, trying to get as much done as I can. I need to put a bug in my butt, in my husband's butt he hasn't packed a thing. He hasn't got the dog ready to get the kennel. Like, come on. But he also is, he's got to work. So, but those are the things I can't do for him. I don't know if you can hear, they are still trimming trees. Did I mention the fact that they're trimming trees along the power lines in front of our house? So it's just chainsaws. It was chainsaw. It was directly in front of our house yesterday. They've moved to the neighbors today, but they're going to bring out a chipper at some point and shred all the stuff they left outside. So, and it's weird because they took the tops of almost all the trees in front of our house, and it's a lot of light coming in. It's kind of funny. Anyway, besides getting ready for all of that, I've got to run to the gallery and another errand. I'm thinking I may do that after lunch, simply so that if there is something Pat thinks he needs from out, I can grab it. But we'll see. I mean, if I don't get to the gallery, it won't be the end of the world. I do need to put my Etsy shop on vacation mode for a little bit. I want to draft the Seek, Gather, Create post I have for Instagram, so I can get that up maybe on Friday on Halloween. I think that would be a fun post. So, but I'm getting there. I've got to write a note to my sister-in-law who's coming to look at the cats. Just look in on the cat. She's not going to come look at the cats. I wish she might look at them. But yeah, lots of little things I've got to do. I have picked up my craft room. My craft desk is picked up. I think I gave a little look at what it looked like this morning or yesterday. I don't know. It was covered. And I didn't touch it at all yesterday with stuff from the According House, which I'd love to work on, but probably not going to happen. So I might do a little bit of art journaling. I've put up some of my Halloween stuff, just trying to transition while preparing for this vacation. So hopefully I will take y'all on some of this day and then some of the adventures that start tomorrow. Hello, Kaylee. Why are you going underneath? What is going on? Hello. All right. Let's see where today takes us. It's going to be an early night. After finally landing in Miami after a delay, we rented a car and drove down. This is some of the Everglades. Once we got into the Keys, we did stop in Isla Morada at Rain Barrel Village. We weren't there very long because we were hungry, but it's got a lot of artisan booths that if you're in the area, I'm going to go back if we go back again, when we go back again. Then we had lunch at Robbie's, which is a bit of a tourist attraction, but we were able to sit here dockside, have a really good lunch. We were starving because we hadn't eaten all day. And there were lots of iguanas around, including one on the tarp over our head that had me a little freaked out, but it was fine. There is a dock over there that you can pay to get on and also buy a bucket of fish. We just paid to get out there and watch other people feed the tarpon, and sometimes there's some sharks out there. We didn't see any while we were out there, but it was fun to just go out there and see the tarpon. Then we drove from Isla Morada to Marathon, where we were staying, and got ourselves checked in. This is the Gulf side of the bridges. And here is we're on the 7 Mile Bridge here, and if you look over on the passenger side, there is Fred. That's a tree that's growing out on the old bridge. That's kind of a local attraction. From there, we headed to get some lunch. We went to Sunset Grill to catch the sunset, and we got to see storms out and then this gorgeous sunset before we headed back to our lodgings. And then the next morning got up and headed down to Key West for the day. It was Halloween day, and we were really looking forward to it because we knew there'd be plenty of sights. It was really overcast. We got some stormy weather, but it was okay. So this was us heading right into Key West before we got into the downtown area, but I loved it. This is a banyan tree on Whitehead Street on the way to where we got brunch, and Pat and I were both amazed by that banyan tree. But brunch at Blue Heaven was also pretty awesome. They had some local musicians playing, and the whole area was just gorgeous. Once we finished brunch, we headed over to the Hemingway house. And of course, as soon as we walked in, the first thing I spotted was one of the Hemingway cats. Most noticed, not all of the cats have the 6 toes, but many of them do. This was one of them. He was drinking some of the rainwater off the plants right out in front of the house. This pool gave us definite pool goals for our own pool area. And here's the front of the house. I'm going to show y'all some of my favorite areas inside and around the house. But here you can kind of see it was still dripping and raining. This bathroom in the upstairs of the house, y'all, that floor was everything. And then all those windows in a bathroom, I loved that. Was my favorite room inside the house. I don't know, it took my breath away. Here you can see the walkway over to there used to be a walkway over to his studio, but this porch, this huge porch on the upstairs of the house was just lovely. And there's a view of the lighthouse there. And this is Hemingway's studio, which was left exactly as he left it. So it's kind of awesome. They do have tours when you buy tickets there that you can go on. We did not go on one of the tours. From there, we walked down to where they currently have the southernmost point. Actual southernmost point is under construction at the time, but we were able to get down there and kind of take a look at the water. And there you get to see the two of us out there at the southernmost point. And then we walked up Duval Street, so it's the famous street. We took in the sight, stopped and had some key lime pie, and then went to one of the items on my bucket list, which was Captain Tony's, which is a local bar. It was everything I wanted it to be, y'all. The stools there are marked with the famous people that have sat there. And y'all, I was sitting in Shel Silverstein's seat there. I also sat in Walter Cronkite's, so it was pretty awesome. We headed over to General Horseplay for their amazing happy hour special. And yeah, you can see I was having a really good time. Yeah, I couldn't handle the camera at that point, but I was definitely a happy girl. After that, we went and had some dinner at a place called the Dive Bar. I didn't get any video there, but then we walked along the harbor, possibly, I don't know which side, maybe the Gulf, I'm not sure, and took in some of the sunset. So that was pretty much all of Key West for us. We have big hopes and plans to go back and do some more next time, but we got to check off some of the things that I was looking forward to going and seeing. And yes, I petted and all kinds of cats at the Hemingway house. The next morning we went down to Sombrero Beach in Marathon, Florida, and watched the sunrise. This is sunrise over the Atlantic, and I was super pleased to be able to get down there and catch it. That was, y'all, a sunrise, a sunset. I'm all for it. From there, we did some other outdoorsy things. We walked part of the bridge that goes along the 7 Mile Bridge to Pigeon Key. We didn't get very far before my heights issues. I have some fear of heights kicked in. And then we went to Bahia Honda State Park. I'm not sure I'm saying that right. It's spelled like Bahia Honda. And it's between the old bridge and the new bridge. And it's really cool. So it's also a bridge you can walk out on, at least the part of the old bridge. And again, Pat was way down there at the end of the area you can go out on, but I got a little bit of vertigo going out on it. So I stood there and just kind of looked around. As we walked back down, I did spot some migrating monarchs. That was super exciting for me. Pat was like, "Hope, we can see monarchs at home," but I didn't care. I had to stop and take a look at them. We were also able to walk under part of the old bridge here and take a look around. So we'd have the Gulf on one side and the Atlantic on the other. And then we went down to the beach at Bahia Honda and got in the water, because that was one of my main things I wanted to do in the Keys, was get in the water. It was a bit chilly since it was overcast, but I wasn't going to let that stop me. Let's see, I've also got some pictures of some flowers that were, I think, some morning glories of some kind that were just growing out there in the sand. Gorgeous. And then we went and had a late lunch and had, one of the locals join us as letting us know this was a really good watering hole. Check him out, y'all. I was so excited. It was such a surprise to walk out and see this manatee. Came back and forth across where we were eating a couple times, so that was super awesome. So after that, we went to bed super early so we could get up and try to head home. I will have more information about that here in just a second, and you'll get a couple pictures from the airport, a couple videos from the airport from me. All right, it was an awesome trip. I hope you enjoyed some of this commentary about it from me. We're home. It's Monday, the 3rd of November. Yesterday was a very long day. I don't know what I shared with y'all and what I didn't. And I know the days prior to that, there was no talking, no anything, just glimpses of things. Once I get into editing here in just a little bit, I'll know whether I voice that over. I might pop in back here and explain. I don't know. I've got to get all that uploaded and see what I have got. I've got videos on here. I've got videos on my phone. Oh shoot, Pat's got videos I need to get from him. So I may have to go steal his phone. To start putting things together for this video. So if you have stuck with it, thank you. Yesterday was a very long day. I will say, as far as travel, we did not know. I'll admit this now. We did not know. We don't watch the news. We live in our own little world out here in Silver Locks and don't pay attention. And until last week, we didn't realize you needed one of those real IDs or star IDs or whatever they're calling them, or a valid passport to travel. We didn't know that was a thing. Like in the US, we thought it was still driver's license or whatever. So we did talk to the airlines. They told us it was not, as if we had a valid ID, even our expired passports, just as, we took all kinds of stuff. We took our birth certificates. I think I had my security card, all kinds of stuff. And we were told that it probably wouldn't be a problem, that if it was, TSA would pull us aside and ask us a couple questions to just plan for an extended wait time. And so we did so. Flying out of Pensacola on the 30th was not a problem. Apparently the big changes may have taken place November 1st. So flying out of Miami, which is a much, much larger airport, was a problem. We did get pulled aside. We had to fill out some paperwork. A background check had to be run. Then all of our carry-ons were swabbed and inspected thoroughly. It was definitely, for the two of us together, it was probably an an hour experience. We were at the airport about 4 hours before we thought our flight was. We thought our flight was at 10 o'clock in the morning. We were there about just after 6. We were through TSA about 8:45. Our flight was supposed to start boarding at 9:30. We thought, apparently, when Pat booked the flight, he was told we were getting morning flights, so he didn't really look at it, just looked at the time. It was a PM flight. Y'all, after all of that to get through TSA, I didn't look at it. He planned the trip for me. He sent me the little boarding pass thing for my phone. I was kind of like, okay, I can open it. Didn't look at it. This was my birthday present. We got to the boarding area where we were, and it was several gates in the area, and it could have been any one of them. They told us just wait closer to time. And at the time it was supposed to start boarding, it still wasn't on one of the display boards. And I was like, Pat, what is going on? He said, let me go look. And he came back. Oh, my poor husband looked like he was about to cry. We had gotten up at 3 o'clock that morning to drive from Marathon to Miami to return the rental car, catch the shuttle to the airport, get through TSA, all of that. And we had 12 hours to wait in the airport. 12 hours. So we ended up going and getting some coffee and sitting in a cafe and kind of talking over what we wanted to do. We did not want to exit the airport and go back through the TSA thing and possibly, because if it's already been recorded that we've gotten the background check through, and we didn't want to anyway. We knew we did not want to exit the airport. So we ended up getting a day pass. I know this was a thing you could do. So we got a day pass at the Admirals Club, so like the American Airlines Sky Lounge or lounge thing. There were 2 in the airport. One of them did not have day passes. We went to the other one. They did have day passes. We spent almost that entire time in there until we realized that Pat did not get his laptop from TSA. It was a comedy of errors, y'all. It was a day. He's filed a claim with the airport, with the lost and found there, and because it's an Apple product, he was able to go into the Find My and do a thing that if they open it, it'll say please return to. So hopefully, because he has some stickers all over his, like I've got mine. So hopefully they will find it. If not, he says he also has the power to completely wipe the computer, and he stores most everything in the cloud. So he says there's nothing on the computer itself that is valuable. It's just the actual computer. It was a day. So we made our flight that evening at 10 o'clock. After a full day in the Admirals Lounge. Like I said, that was an experience in itself. I've never been in one of the lounges. There was food, there was a bar, there were comfy chairs, there was like a quiet area with recliners. It stayed full. We could not get a seat in there to save our lives. There was a kids area, so people didn't have like screaming kids in with everybody else. It was for what yesterday was, that was a little, at least there was that option. And at least we could afford that option because it wasn't inexpensive. But for what we would have paid for food or whatever, we did stop at one of the booksellers in the airport and get us each a book to read. Of course, I had audiobooks and all. Anyway, it was a little bonus because at that point we weren't sure we were getting in the Admirals Lounge even. We read books, we ate, we hung out, we tried to rest, we looked for his laptop. It was a long day, but the trip to the Keys itself was amazing. We checked a lot of boxes. There were a couple things we didn't do that were fine. We know what we enjoy there, places we'd like to stay there, how we'd like to fly there, those kind of things. So it was definitely a learning lesson. So we'd like to stay in Key West, I think, next time. and fly directly into Key West rather than driving down from Miami. But we got to go from Miami all the way down to Key West. And that, to me, was important, to go through all the bridges, to go across the 7 Mile Bridge, to see Fred on the 7 Mile Bridge. It's a tree that grows on the 7 Mile Bridge. So we did all those things. So you got videos, some of that. I'm not sure what's there. Fix and take a look. If you made it through this, why don't you leave me a palm tree or an airplane? Which do you prefer? Just let me know that you made it through this, and tell me what your next travel plans are. Where are you going next, and what are you looking forward to? Or what is your dream travel destination? Oh yeah, let me know what that is. But you don't have to. If you'll just leave an emoji, let me know you made it through this. I would appreciate it. It lets me know that somebody's out there. Somebody's out there paying attention. And thank you for doing that, and thank you for being here. Now it's back to reality. Catching up. Oh, so much catching up. I'll see y'all in that video in a little bit. Bye.